Sam from the USA.
Today we are going to talk about one of the most interesting topics to my mind, and it's the cost of living in the United States. And the reason to choose the topic is that many people nowadays go abroad, and one of the countries to go to is the country of the United States. And people go there just for living, sometimes traveling and visiting friends, sometimes they relocate following some job opportunities. So now we're going to find out what awaits people there. And to understand the standard of living and the cost of living in the United States, we are going to start the conversation with the income level. So what's the average salary in the United States?
For a typical job like a hotel manager or maybe a police officer, it'd be about $50,000 a year. And that's, I can't remember what that is a month.
I think if we make the calculations, it's going to be about $4,000 a month.
Yep.
And does it include taxes?
It doesn't include taxes, so that's before taxes. So after taxes, you'll be making about $3,000 a month that you'll actually take home with you.
Okay, right. So we have basically $3,000 a month. That's what the person has after all the taxes are extracted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's enumerate the main expenses that people are going to have each month. So the first thing, I suppose, is rent. And what's an average rent you pay for a relatively good apartment?
So rent is going to be a big part of your expenses in the US. An average apartment, I would say, would cost about $1,500 a month. When I was living there, I had a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was $1,400 a month. And we had there's a community pool, there was a community laundry room, a gym you could use. It's not great equipment, but it's okay equipment. You get a balcony, and it's clean. You have carpet.
And some furniture as well, right?
No, there's no furniture.
No furniture.
No furniture.
Oh, okay.
You have to bring your own furniture.
You have to get your own furniture when you move into the apartment,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I see. Okay, and some basic facilities such as a microwave oven and a fridge and maybe some utensils. Is it all included, or do you have to bring it with you?
There's usually a microwave, not always, but there will be a stove, there will be a fridge. No utensils though. So that's it. Stove, fridge.
So, and of course the bed and the desk and things like that you have to provide.
Yeah, that's all you do. You gotta bring what you want.
Okay, right. So, and that's considered to be a relatively good apartment, right?
Average, yeah. There's nothing
Average.
terrible about it, but it's not luxury.
Okay, good. So, and how much do you pay for the utilities, and what do they include?
Utilities will probably at least $200 a month. Internet, $60 a month. And then gas, electricity, water, another $150 maybe. Again, it depends if you have a house versus an apartment. So a house can be more expensive. But when I was there, I think I was paying about $200 a month for utilities.
Okay. So, and how now we are going to talk about another component of the spendings people are going to definitely have, and that's food prices. So, and let's probably enumerate some most commonly used types of food people buy. So I suppose that would be bread, pasta, chicken and meat, fish maybe, milk, something else.
Yeah, so bread, like a loaf of bread, I think that costs $2.50 maybe. Milk, again, maybe $2. I don't remember, $2.50. Meat, so like a pound of beef, I think it was about like $9 a pound, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and a pound, how much is it? If you try to transfer it into kilograms.
Is it 2.2 kilograms?
Maybe.
I don't
We'll check. Okay. So what about chicken and fish? Is it expensive? expensive? Do people often eat it?
Yeah, I mean, chicken's really popular. Fish is too. The exact prices for chicken, though, I don't remember. I didn't buy much fish when I was there either, so I don't really know the fish prices. But I think salmon was one of the more expensive fishes. But I don't have the exact price for us right now.
Okay, right. So, and is the quality of food good in the United States? How would you compare it to the quality of food in Belarus?
I'd say the quality is better in the States. So I've been buying, in America, I would often buy ground meat, we call that farsh here, and it was fine, it was great. I always bought ground beef. I tried doing that here with the farsh, and I hated it. It was too fatty, and there were these little hard things in it that I always had to pull out of my mouth when I ate it. So I've stopped buying the farsh here. People have recommended me to buy just like a piece of meat and then use my grinder to grind it up.
Exactly.
Which I don't have, right?
People often do here. Or many people here prefer chicken, I would say. So that's why it could be an alternative. There's also such a definition in the US as organic food. So is it common for people to buy it?
So every time you go to the grocery store, you do see a section for organic food. And it's the small section, and it's usually smaller foods too. But I would say most people don't buy that generally. There'll be states like maybe California where they're very into the organic food, but I would say most people, they're more concerned about price than the actual quality or chemicals used to make the food.
Is it, by the way, much more expensive to buy organic food? What would be an average price difference?
Yeah, it's definitely more expensive. I would say it's about twice as expensive if you're going to buy organic.
Yeah, okay, so a big difference. So probably that's why people don't often buy that.
Yeah.
So it's more typical of high-income families then, right?
Yeah, it's very, very health conscious, higher income people would be buying this food. Yes.
Okay. Also people now and again eat out, obviously, so we're going to talk about the eating out prices as well. So what about fast food places? What would be an average bill per person?
If you're going to somewhere like McDonald's, get the combo meal, probably about $10. If you go to a restaurant, maybe like a Chili's, is this like a sit-down restaurant? Very casual though, but you go there once in a while.
Something like Жилья, I would say.
Yes. Yeah. On average, I think you spend about $12 to $15 for a meal there.
Okay, so I would say it's about the same here. So, and what about pizza? How much is it?
Yeah, so a large pizza from maybe Papa John's will be $15 to $20.
Yeah, I would say it's also close to Belarusian prices. Do you often buy pizza here?
I don't often buy pizza here though, but I have tried it and it's similar, I would say. I don't know if we got a large or a medium, but it seems smaller in size to me. But it tasted great.
Yeah, almost the same,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So instead of meat then. Okay, so and of course another a big part of spendings I would say is the use of car. Yeah, so and basically we have to buy petrol or gas and pay for car insurance. So how much do people spend on that?
So cars are, again, very expensive in the US. Seems like everything's expensive in the US. Cars, just the gasoline, it would be about $3 for a gallon, and then your tank might be 15 to 20 gallons. So it's at least $40 to fill up your tank, I guess. You have car insurance, that probably about $100 a month. Maintenance, tire rotations, that kind of thing. What was the other question?
Yeah, so the spendings for car insurance, and you mentioned it was about $100, $150. Yes, it depends. What does it depend on? On the size of the car or how new the car is?
Yeah, and if you've had lots of accidents too, if you've had lots of accidents, your insurance is going to go up. If you're a younger driver, you have higher insurance. A nicer, newer car has higher insurance. A sports car will have higher insurance than just a normal, I think, SUV maybe.
Okay, so and of course we have to take care of our health, so that's why we'll talk about medical insurance. How does it work and what exactly does it include, and what doesn't it include?
Medical insurance is it's a kind of a complicated topic again. Usually people get insurance through their employer. So once you get a job, your employer pays for your insurance. And then there's different things they can choose to buy. So they'll get you medical insurance, and that's usually like your body. So if you get sick, you go to the doctor, you need an operation, or routine checkups like a physical. Some of them, so dental insurance is different, separate, so they may or may not include that with your employment. And then also vision, so vision insurance is usually separate too. So if you need glasses, you might have to pay for that yourself, even if you have insurance, if your employer's not covering that.
So if you have to be operated on, so is it included into the medical insurance, or does it go separately and you have to pay for it?
It's usually included as long as it's medically necessary. So,
Okay.
and there's also deductibles. So, if you have insurance, usually you still have to pay some amount of money before that insurance starts working. So for me, when I was working, I think I had like a $2,000 deductible. So I had to pay $2,000 out of my own pocket before insurance would pay for anything. And then once they paid for stuff, it was maybe 80% of the cost.
Yeah, so some of it you still have cover yourself.
Yeah. Same with prescription drugs too. You have to pay some sort of amount before insurance will start paying for prescription drugs.
Okay, right. So, and of course, speaking about families with children, we'll mention the topic connected to childcare, and that's usually for infants, because schools might be free in public schools. If we speak about public schools, they are. So, what about the infant care, baby care? So, how much is that usually? If not specifically, then in proportion, is it expensive or not?
Yeah, so the infant care is very expensive again. Usually what happens is if one of the parents doesn't make enough money to pay for the child care, they will quit their job and stay at home with the child instead. It's just to give you an idea how expensive it is. So one person's salary covers the cost of someone else watching their kid while they're at work.
Yeah. So sometimes it makes more sense to stay at home with the child, right? Rather than sending the child into the child care and doing the work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very expensive.
Well, is it possible to actually save anything up if we speak about an average person doing an average job, owning an average car, and renting an apartment and having a child, for example? Is it possible to do any savings?
It's very hard to do savings up with the average, like a $50,000 salary. Yeah, if that's your goal, you're gonna have a tough time doing that, I would say. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, so once they get the paycheck, they spend the paycheck. You'll need like a higher level job to really start saving money and be able to buy investments and things. So you'll have to be like an engineer or a doctor or some sort of specialized task if you really want to save some money.
I see. So, and what about going on holiday? Can average people afford going on holiday, traveling to other countries, going to the seaside and so on?
Yeah, I mean, people definitely take vacations. The U.S. is a big place, so a lot of these holidays might just be going to a different state in the U.S. too, like going to the ocean and on the coast.
Like Florida?
Like Florida, yeah. California, Florida, North Carolina.
Yeah, beautiful places. So, thank you for being with us. So, it was a video about the cost of living in the United States. I hope now you have some information about the life in the United States, how much it's going to be, and it will be easier for you to take your decision about relocating and planning your life in this country if you want to go there either on holiday or for living. So,
yeah, thanks for joining us.
See you next time. Bye bye.